Yo, 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 today's the day. Desert Showdown. For those that are completely unaware, in my Discord, the people have been asking, the people have been begging for a tournament, a viewer tournament of some kind. And I said, you know what? Okay, let's do it. Some people offered up some prizing. I myself have offered up a little bit of prizing in the form of a playset of, oh, my nails are painted, by the way, in support of my beautiful wife. A playset of free strider lookouts. I for sure have a 4 extra conduit pylons sitting around, but I could only find 3, and a sandstorm verge for the winner of our little tournament. And if it happens to be me, I'll just send them out to second place. So that is offered up. If whoever wins wants them signed, I'll sign them and send them. If you don't want me to know your address, I'll just send them to the next person down in line. Does that all make sense? Okay, cool. So there's that. What is the tournament? What's the structure? Well, we have 8 participants who let me know ahead of time that they'd like to participate in the Discord. So if you're curious about that, go to my YouTube account. Right at the top of the channel is a link to my Discord. If you want to, like, if we end up doing this again, that's the place to be in the know. I didn't really broadcast this on the channel because I kind of wanted it to be people that were just like a little more part of the community than, say, the people just watching my videos regularly, right? So keeping it kind of small, keeping it kind of in-house. And it should be fun. The restrictions here are it's a standard tournament. Standard legal decks with the following ban list. Badgermole Cub is banned. Slickshot Show Off is banned. And Storm Chaser's Talent is banned. There's also the further deck building restriction of you need at least 12 lands with the desert type in your deck. So expect some pretty slow games. I would expect some pretty slow games. I don't know. There are some ways to build it. Like if you play monocolor, like maybe you could get away with like playing 4 conduit pylons, arid archways. I feel like there's like a mono green landfall list in there somewhere that's probably pretty good, that you could get away with. But I'm curious to see how much people leaned into the desert theme, or how hardcore, like, are we all deserts or are we just trying to play the minimum? So curious to see how that plays out. We have 8 people participating today, which will lead to 3 rounds of Swiss. And the top 4 players at that point, the 4 players with the best records, will go into semifinals and then finals. Just best of 3, traditional, on all of those matches. And I'm gonna stream my matches here. That's sort of the idea. There shouldn't be any buys, and then if I don't make it into like the finals, right? Or the semifinals, I'll just spectate whoever is in that as part of the stream. So should be fun. Should see some interesting stuff, I think. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what you guys cooked up, so I'm excited to see. And I figure let's get rolling here. Quick last note. So we had 9 people total signed up. I think I got 8 confirmations. The Great White, if you're out there, let me know. You have like the next minute to let me know. Otherwise, I'm about to fire the tournament. So hopefully everyone out there participating is also watching the stream right now and can let me know. Like, just let me know. I think everyone's here, all 8 of you, including myself. So I'm going to go ahead and get that tournament firing right now. Shout out to everyone here. Turd Gobbler. Depot says, World Cup has to compete with the Showdown. They should have scheduled differently. Who's playing right now? My bad. I mean, it's casual, so like, I'm sure you can watch the World Cup while you're playing this tournament. No worries, Jay Sather. Appreciate you tuning in, though. Howdy, everyone. I'm Turd Gobbler. I'm excited to see your deck, bro. Something tells me you're playing Doppelgang. So I definitely expected that. Let me get this tournament firing here, and try not to dox myself or anyone else in the process. 8 of us. Let me just check if there are any last minute notes here. Looks like everyone is here. Question mark. I'm gonna send it. Okay, let's do it, folks. Start the group stage. Okay. It looks like these are the following matchups here. I'll go ahead and share them here, but also send them in the Discord for those that are participating. Actually, no. I'm apparently not sending them in the or sharing them here. I'm just gonna send them in the Discord. But it looks like it is. Once again, just trying to not dox anyone. Looks like I am up against Terra Tumulta. Terra Tumulta. If you're out there, if you're watching, it's you and me, brother. That is our round 1 pairing. For those in the Discord, for those following along, we have Fancy Turtle Man versus El Gato, Turd Gobbler versus Zac Efron, myself versus Terra Tumulta, and Large Fish versus Nacho. So go ahead, get connected via Discord, private message each other, and let's get our matches underway. We'll play until about 3 o'clock, say, maybe a little longer if matches tend to go longer. Let's say 3:10. Give it a full hour. If you don't have a winner decided by then, come up with a way to figure out who wins. You know, someone do a concede with integrity, and let's not try to have any ties here. Okay, whoever you think has the coolest deck, if you think your opponent has the cooler deck, go ahead and concede or what have you. And then once you finish your match, report back to me. I'll get it updated, and we'll keep it rolling. Once again, 3 rounds of Swiss into top 4. Let's get this underway. Me and Terra Tumulta. All right, I'm sending you a match request, Terra Tumulta. 60 card, best of 3. Tournament match, traditional standard, best of 3, timers on. Okay, heck yeah. Hilson, are you Terra Tumulta? Are you one and the same? I'm gonna assume you are. Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun. I today am playing an absolute pile. I didn't mention this because, you know, people watching and whatnot. It's gonna get out at some point. So if you are part of the tournament and watching the stream, I don't really care. You can have some insider information as to what I'm up to. Not a huge deal. I am currently rocking a 5-color deserts pile. It's the idea here being like, I'm just gonna play all of my favorite cards basically. So I'm rocking a full playset of Bright Glass Gear Hulk, a full playset of Arc of Hunger, and then just the deserts package basically. And we'll see how that goes. As for the 5 colors, it is it is mono, or sorry, it's Naya in the main with a splash into black in the side, a splash into black and a splash into blue in the sideboard for a full playset of Disdainful Stroke, Super Shredder from Terra Tumulta, and a full playset of Inevitable Defeat. just to catch any sort of outlier stuff. I really have no idea what everyone's going to be up to here. Hit my opponent with the desert. I thought about going literally all deserts in my deck, but decided that it seemed kind of possible that someone was going to decide to play land destruction, like magmatic hellkites or what have you. So I figured I'd just I'd sneak a forest and a plains in here just to be safe. Some kind of Mardu flavor from our opponent here. Got a little Super Shredder action. With the nesting bot. I'm going to go ahead and fire off my Insidious Fungus Sac. This is actually kind of terrifying. That they are on nearly exclusively like little aggro pieces. I kind of assumed someone would do this, but just because it really has the potential to catch you off guard, I think. Let's just start going off here. I think I'm probably going to end up eroding this Super Shredder. The crimes have begun. They're at a cool 13 already. I've done quite a lot of ping damage. Comball Profiteering Mare. Whenever one or more tokens your opponents control enter, for each of them create a tapped token that's a copy of it. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. Yeah, definitely going to erode the Super Shredder here. Not sure what the Comball is about. Oh, tokens. Whenever one more tokens you control enter. I see. Go ahead and erode Super Shredder. See if they have any basics. I feel kind of dirty playing the erode here. Did you pack basics? Okay. Packed some basics. I think it's time to get the arc going. We could do like an arc, maybe hit a land into Free Strider lookout. Another arc, okay. Unfortunate that I won't be able to play that. I think I just get a second Free Strider lookout on the field then. Maybe pass it back. Feeling okay here. Hopefully giving them the extra mana won't hurt me too much. Really interested to see that they're not on green. Oh, we're doing Comball stuff with Get Lost. Okay, that's pretty cool. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, so they Get Lost me, make some tokens, drain me for that much. That's pretty sweet. Swinging in with Comball. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I do have to block the Stadium Headliner here. Taking quite a bit of damage. They're stabilizing a bit, but I do have an arc on the field, and I just drew into another one. Into a Day of Judgment. Yeah, I think I will go for a Day of Judgment here. I might as well do crimes with the Ghost Vacuum first. Let's go ahead and exile their Super Shredder. I feel like that could be a good guy to have on the field eventually. Do more crimes. Swinging for 3. I mean, they just go for a Chumperino. Maybe I don't have to Day of Judgment here. I kind of feel like I should, though, right? Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I feel like Kumbala is kind of scary. It'll leave him with a servo, but 2 arcs here. Feeling pretty good. Forlorn Flats. Oh, start your engine. Speed. Okay, that's cool. There's a little bit of a fun crossover there. The speed mechanic plays pretty nicely with the pings from the deserts. We draw into a bright glass Gear Hulk. Okay. Activate the arc. I mean, I feel like this is just like as much of a me deck as you could possibly make, right? Okay, hit a Bright Glass Gear Hulk off of my arc. Ping my opponent for 1,000,000 here. And then the idea behind this list is that, like, I can just use Bright Glass Gear Hulk to find ghost vacuums to exile my graveyard. And, like, once I have this engine online with the arcs up, I can just kind of win out of nowhere that way, you know? Feels pretty good. Pretty hard to fight against this, especially if, like, they don't have any... I mean, the only thing that could really fight against this right now is, like, Cease Desist, right? But as we know, there are some, like... I don't know. Cease Desist doesn't seem very respected. Doesn't seem super respected. They go for a split up. Comball. Part 2. Well, I'm afraid it's over, Terra Tumulta. I'm afraid it's over. The writing is on the wall. Activate the arc a couple times for good measure. Do some pings. RIP in peace, my friend. RIP in peace, my friend. Okay, what do we want? I think we want the Pyroclasms. Inevitable Defeat seems like it could be okay. I mean, we probably just want, like, board wipes, right? Maybe cut down on some of the top-end stuff. I wonder if I should have had an extra seam rip in my side for this kind of scenario. The fungus is going to be okay. Let's cut the skateboard. Actually, I think this looks okay. I have no idea what their sideboard could look like. They might have inevitable defeats in the sideboard, which would probably be pretty good against me, but I don't know. Guess we'll see. Game 2, match 1, game 2. On the draw. Go ahead and mulligan this opener. It's a pretty good hand. Insidious Fungus is a card I've never really played in Deserts before that I think is kind of interesting if you think about it. Like, if you have a way to consistently activate the, like, ramp piece, it can be a good way to accelerate, but also, you know, it's a not the worst late game draw for a 1-drop, which is a nice place to be in general. Like, you have one mana plays that are relevant in the late game. A Johnny's Pride Mate. I did not expect the Johnny's Pride Mate. Hit you with another Heath. Pass it back. A Johnny's Pride Mate, huh? Jagged Barons coming in. It would have been so funny if someone built Bant Cats. Bant Cat Deserts. I actually don't think I would recover from that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get my lookout on the field. Swing in for 1. And the other thing that's kind of cool that you can do with, like, the lookout fungus desert combination is go for, like, an instant speed fungus activation to put a crime land into play to trigger your lookout, which is kind of neat. Swings in for 4. Nesting Bot on the field. I draw into a Day of Judgment, which is a pretty big deal. So let's just go ahead, get the Ghost Vacuum online, play the Backwoods. We have mana to block and sack with the fungus to put this Lush Oasis into play, and then we can go for a Day of Judgment. Novice Inspector. I don't think Terra Tumulta is going to like me very much after this. Please stay subscribed. I mean, or don't. I guess that's up to you. But I do have the Day of Judgment, unfortunately for you. I am at 11, which is not nothing. And they should probably just, like, force the issue here and swing with everything, right? Just maybe a small, I wouldn't say, like, mistake, but as far as options go, I feel like that 2 damage is just gonna get through, right? I'm displaying all of the signs I think of. going for the block sack maneuver. Exile a fungus with the ghost vacuum here. Last card's a Sacred Foundry. I gotta go for the Day of Judgment. I am sorry, my friend. I get a Nesting Bot. I think... Do I have to kill this with the Seam Rip? I think I'm just gonna wait. I have this Pyroclasm that I can use to answer Servo and Rabbit. They have a Clue. Enduring Innocence is a really nice top deck for them, though. It's unfortunate for them that I have the Ghost Vacuum, but they're able to get a draw at least here. A nice redraw. Gain some life. I mean, they're definitely ahead on life right now. Speed 3. Let's start exiling their graveyard a little bit. We'll go for the Novice Inspector. I'm gonna go for the Pyroclasm. I'm sorry. I almost cut all of the Pyroclasms from my sideboard before this event too, because I was expecting. I just wasn't sure if someone was gonna commit to the aggro idea, but it looks like getting paid off a little bit for keeping them in. Crack a Clue, Plains, Super Shredder. Okay, Voice of Victory. I mean, that's not a bad board. Hard Light Containment is kind of a nice draw. I'm gonna go for the... I could just answer both of these things, right? I think it maybe makes a little more sense to just go, like... Gear Hulk to block the Voice of Victory. And Seam Rip the Super Shredder. Grab a couple extra Ghost Vacuums. These are gonna come in handy when I, eventually stick this Arc of Hunger. So now they can't really attack into me unless they draw an answer to the Gear Hulk. They can hit me for 4, which is not nothing. Practiced Offense? Yuck. Okay, Double Strike Lifelink. That's not a bad draw. This card has been so nasty. I've been playing with it a bit on the ladder lately. It's been very good. I guess I don't have to give up the Gear Hulk here, but I think I'd rather not take 6. I mean, I'm probably going to stabilize with the Ghost Vacuum at this point. One thing I do know is they do have Lightning Helixes in their deck. So I need to go for the Arc of Hunger here. Let's grab a Nesting Bot here, I suppose. That was kind of a nasty attack. Play the Arc of Hunger. Go for a mill, see if we hit like a land here. Erode. I guess I just erode the Voice of Victory here. I mean, it does feel like I just top decked into this, but I had the Hard Light Containment anyway, right? It does feel pretty good to hit some action. I think I'm going to just hold back on the Bright Glass Gear Hulk, just in case they have some crazy haste threat. I'm going to give myself a turn cycle to get these Ghost Vacuums online and sort of stabilize that way. Maybe there's an argument for attacking. It's just like when we're dealing with these unknowns. Terra Tumulta. Sorry, my friend. GG. 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 Oh. GG. Okay. Give me a second to get that bracket updated. Looks like we have some results coming in. And then, because we have a little bit of time left in the round, I'm going to hop into just some ranked matches online in the meantime. Get some warm-up going, I believe, with the deck, perhaps. Large fish got Nacho 2-0. Eric got Terra Tumulta 2-0. So we're waiting on Turd Gobbler versus Zac Efron and Fancy Turtle Man versus El Gato. All right, cool. GG. I liked your deck, Terra Tumulta. I thought it was a fun spin. It was unexpected to not see green, you know, and I was wondering if someone was gonna go aggro. It was cool to see. I feel like it that restriction of having to be on like those tapped lands basically when you're in 3 colors, if you're trying 3 colors, I think is pretty tough. Unless you're like really hard on the burn angle. I think you can get away with it if you have a deck like a deck that's like straight up burn, basically. 4 inevitable defeats, 4 lightning helixes, lightning strikes, so on and so forth, and just like, okay, every turn I'm threatening to deal at least 1 damage to you unblockable, right? So eventually these burn numbers are going to add up. But playing like a creature aggro list, I think you get really hurt by the fact that like you're just going to have tapped mana turn 1 and 2 sometimes, you know. However, I think you could kind of get away with it if you end up playing like a monocolored desert build. But at the same time, I feel like maybe the only reason to do that would be, or maybe just like a 2-color. The only reason to do that would be if you're like mono green landfall. I feel like that actually seems very viable with the like 12 desert restriction. Or yeah, I kind of think maybe that's it, or some kind of like mount strategy, because there is that pretty good like mount land bucolic ranch. Jay Sather says, while you're in between games, what are your thoughts on my Jund control pile, Eric? Let's check it out. I need to set up a new viewing mode here where you guys can see my desktop. So let me figure that out 1 second. I'll pull up Jay Sather's list here. Nacho says, I went the opposite. I'm doing Desert's ramp. Yeah, I kind of expected most people to do some kind of big mana rampy strategy. Hilson says, I tried the mount approach and it was bad, but that is on me. I also found that like the mount idea is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. The Bucolic Ranch is fine. It's really actually a good utility land for mounts, but the cross, like, also being in deserts, the mana gets really weird and iffy. I know you're Terra Tumulta. Yeah. I'm just gonna call you Hilson right now because I'm reading that in front of my eyes. Jay Sather says, not the Ponza one from this morning, but the older one. Why don't you send it to me again? You just send it in the general chat again, just to refresh me on which one you're talking about here, while I set up this new scene and don't dox myself in the process. Jay Sather says, I just relisted it in deck lists. Thank you. Appreciate it. Display capture. Great. We've done it. We've done it. Okay, good. All right. So this is the tournament so far. Let's pull up Jay Sather's deck list. You know, it's casual, folks. I never claimed to be the best streamer. I never claimed to be the best tournament organizer, and I'm kind of doing both right now. So I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's fun in VOD form too for all the folks watching this after it happens. Hope you're enjoying the World Cup right now. All right, what do we got going on here? Jay Sather, aka Buff Kangaroos, Jund Control. Okay, at first look, I feel like for me personally, it's really hard to evaluate how something like this plays. What it just by the nature of having so many one ofs and two ofs, you know. So it's hard to like really think about the play patterns and so on and so forth. I do like the Professor Delian fail. I do like Emeritus of Abundance. I feel like you run into this like idea pretty frequently. A lot of board wipes, kind of not committing necessarily to one way or the other, which is not bad. But you know, if you have a specific meta in mind, I feel like 4 Deadly Cover-Ups pretty good. If you have a different meta in mind, maybe 4 Day of Black Sun. But going on the split's not the end of the world either. Doing something like this gets a lot better in decks that have access to like discard, I think, too, which these colors kind of classically don't unless you have like Tursa. I guess red does. Okay, so you have a Steal the Show. Target player discards any number of cards, then draws that many cards. Okay. So that's kind of a good reason to be on a lot of these like one of effects, because you can sort of toolbox in that way, I think. This also kind of acts as removal, right? Deals damage equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. So you get to do both. You get to like do some card selection and take something out. That's a pretty good tool, I think, for this strategy in general when you're relying on like your one ofs and two ofs lining up. And sometimes it just doesn't, you know, they don't matter in a certain matchup. Three of Legend of Roku and 2 of Rise of Sozin. I mean, these are like pretty good value cards. You're not very creature heavy, which is nice. Being on the Rise of Sozin as a win con, you're not like self board wiping. One Ceased Assist in the main. Removal in the form of Requiting Hex. 1 Duress. Interesting. 3 Esper Origins. Okay, that's pretty cool. The 3 Esper Origins help set up your like Steal the Show, flashbacks, Necropsy. You're just using these as a way to like dump cards in your graveyard, set up your Emeritus for some card selection. 2 tablets. It's interesting. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think this is a pretty difficult list to evaluate at face value without actually having like cast these cards. My first gut instinct is that it seems like you're a little low on ways to actually like close out the game. You're only on. You have 1 Bossing Say. You have 1 Great Hall of the Biblioplex. You have 1 Restless Cottage as far as like utility lands go. And as far as like actually ways to kill your opponent, like Legend of Roku, I guess sometimes Delianfell will do it. Otherwise, maybe beat in with the Esper Origins. You're really just trying to, you know, also I guess Rise of Sozin eventually flips, but like if your opponent happens to be on any kind of removal, I feel like main deck, this seems like a deck that's going to have a really tough time against like the 4-color control piles, right? Just by the nature of their win con is also interaction, which makes them like Jeskai Revelation is just such a house of a card against any deck doing this kind of thing. where you are reliant on your removal being good and eventually stabilizing and landing one of your win cons. But what if your opponent's win con is also removal, so it kind of like trumps what you're doing in a way, you know what I mean? It's like, I play Delian Fell, okay, Jeskai Revelation, bounce your thing, I now have monks and just untap and kill you, right? And you're not fast enough in any form to pressure that. You do have, like, you know, you have sideboard answers to that in the form of Price of Freedom, being able to like manage their mana base a little bit, Leatherhead, the rest. But I think at face value, that's going to be the return the favor. At face value, that's going to be the scariest matchup. Otherwise, you know, it seems pretty fun. I'm not gonna grade it on a scale of 1 to 10 or anything. I love decks like this in general that just like maybe everything will line up and I get to play all the fun EDH style like one-ofs, right? As far as mana goes, how's the mana been looking? You need black on 1 for Requiting Hex. You're on 3 Fabled Passages. That's interesting. Why the Fabled Passages? Just to get stuff in your graveyard? I think for my money, so there's a little bit of a weird thing going on here where it's like you need double green. Sorry, you need double red for Legend of Roku on 4. You need double black for Day of Black Sun on 3 or 4, right? You don't need green that much, but unfortunately the best man land in these colors is Restless Cottage. So it kind of feels like you're incentivized to play some amount of Restless Cottage, some amount of Bossing Say. Like, green just gets the best utility lands, right? The Rakdos one sucks pretty bad. Yeah, nothing else really worth considering in red-black, but you are primarily red-black if you think about how your double pips line up. And what kind of early mana you need. Yeah. So I'm just wondering if like if it really boils down to it, is the Legend of Roku the best win con for you? You know what I mean? Like it does everything, but at the same time, just as far as how you're pigeonholing yourself into your mana base, like is there like a win con that's better for you, or at least like good, that you can get away with playing better utility, which is going to improve your like Jeskai matchup or your 4-color control matchup, you know what I mean? Okay. Turd Gobbler says, back to the tournament here real quick. Where do the winners go now? Question mark. In all caps, yelling at me. The winners, go ahead and update your win-loss record. Let me know in the Discord. I'll update it in the tournament, and once we have all the matches in, I will push the second round. Sounds like you won. Did you 2-0? Did you 2-1? I guess you can just message me here. So if Roku is the best card advantage you have available, if that's true, then like is it worth? I don't know. I guess I don't really have a good answer for you. It just feels like you're sacrificing access to good, like, additional utility for the sake of Legend of Roku, which is a good card, but is it the best? I don't know. 2-1 for Turd Gobbler. Okay, I'll go ahead and update that and try not to dox anyone. I keep saying that out loud. I don't know if it's funny to you guys, but I'm just saying it so I genuinely don't dox anyone, myself specifically. I don't think I really could, but I just don't want it to happen. I'm putting good energy into the universe. So we're waiting on one last matchup. The Fancy Turtle Man versus El Gato. Fancy Turtle Man versus El Gato. Oh, and if you are playing in this tournament and you want to share your deck list so I can share it to the people watching on stream, I'll update the my Mox field with all. I'll I'll share the deck list somehow. Check the description if you're watching this as a VOD or what have you. I'll get them out there. But if you're participating in this tournament, feel free to share them in the Discord by now. I mean, at this point, like, I don't think you're really going to be hiding anything from anyone. Or if you don't want people to see them quite yet, feel free to wait until after the tournament's done. But preferably, you know, have them in Mox Field and get ready to share them so I can talk about them once we're all wrapped up here. Back to this list real quick. Okay, I think this is worth experimenting with more. I guess the real question becomes then, like, what's the green for? Is like Delianfell worth the splash? I don't know. Just to play Jund, and that's a pretty good reason. Just for the fun of it. Esper Origins is a really good card, I think. Under Nacho says this is the moment where you just lurk other games at your LGS. That's true. That's true. Yeah, let me see if I can. Can you spectate on Arena? I assumed you could spectate on Arena. Who's playing again? Zac Efron and Zac Efron. Oh no, Fancy Turtle Man and Elgato. Fancy Turtle Man and Elgato. And Fancy Turtle Man is Drazy. I guess you can't spectate matches. I kind of assumed you would be able to. I kind of assumed you would be able to. Is that something you can do on Arena? Someone let me know. Someone let me know. Someone let me know. Okay, Jay Sather says, thanks for taking a look. I've gotten to Diamond 2 so far. Nice. Delian Assassin's Trophy mostly in utility lands as far as green goes. Delian Assassin's Trophy and utility lands. Also the Emeritus of Abundance, which is a double green play. 3 Fabled Passages with 2 Forest, 2 Mountain, 2 Swamp. That's going to make your mana a little awkward sometimes, I feel like. We got results. Check Discord, Eric. Thank you, Nacho. Elgato 2-1. All right. Nice timely matches, everyone. I'll get these submitted, and we'll push into the second round. Congratulations to the winners. Losers in round 1, you have an opportunity here still to get a good record, I think, and make top 4. So no reason to give up quite yet. Okay, round 2 has now been posted in the Discord. Check it out. We have Turd Gobbler against Large Fish. I'm against Elgato. Fancy Turtleman facing off against Terra Tumulta, and Zac Efron and Nacho squaring off. Elgato, excited to see your list. Let's jump in, brother. I believe I have you added. Let me double check. Who were you, Elgato? There's just so many names. Tap this. Okay, we are friends. I'm challenging you now. Dun da da da. Da 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 da. Da. Tournament match, best of 3. What up, Pierre? For those just joining or, or have not been watching, so on and so forth, I'll break it down again. We're currently doing a Discord viewer tournament, 8 people that signed up ahead of time. I didn't really put the word out on my YouTube just to keep it kind of small, and I just wanted people to show up, so I didn't set too lofty of expectations. Anyway, this is a 3 rounds of Swiss cut to top 4 into standard deck lists with the following restrictions. You need at least 12 lands with the type desert in your deck. You also need no Badger Mole Cub, no Slickshot Show Off, and no Storm Chaser's Talent. Those are all banned. So do what you will. 12 deserts. It's the Desert Showdown. Welcome, welcome. I myself am playing a 5-color desert pile. But as we saw from my previous matchup, Terra Tumulta was not playing green, which I found very interesting. I myself, of course, I'm a big Outcaster Greenblade believer. So if I'm gonna have 12 deserts in my deck, I might as well be on the Greenblades. El Gato, feel free to stream snipe me if you want. I'm not gonna hold it against you. It's not gonna frickin' matter, buddy. It's not gonna frickin' matter. We're coming at you with the deserts. You better have basics in your deck. Cycles a Spinewood's Armadillo. Okay, hell yeah. Gaining a little life. Finds a Soured Springs. Kind of doing a classic here. With the Soul Tie. Duskmourn's Claim. Okay. Duskmourn's Claim. Okay, hell yeah. At the beginning of your end step, 2 target. Let me hit you with the nice. At the beginning of your end step, 2 checker players each reveal the top card of their library. They each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player. Then they each put the card they revealed into their hand. So I got chunked for 6. They got chunked for 4. All right, we'll see how this plays out. I might have some good answers to that eventually. Let's grab an Abraded Bluffs. So I'm 3 colors in the main. I'm just Naya, playing all of my favorite cards: 4 Arc of Hunger, 4 Bright Glass Gear Hulk, along with the Deserts package, and oh, this does target. You can do crimes with the Free Strider Lookout. Okay, but I'm 5 color overall, splashing into splashing into black and blue in the sideboard for 4 Inevitable Defeats and 4 Disdainful Strokes. So we'll see if that comes up here at all. I'm gonna try to race them mana-wise, get a Free Strider Lookout going. Ping you with the Lush Oasis. I guess I could just like erode the Free Strider Lookout here and try to go in. Problem with that is they have this Rise of Sozin in hand, so they're definitely going to wipe the board. I think I do this just to get their life total low, and maybe they just die to the Duskmourn's Claim eventually. Like putting them to 5 is a pretty big deal, right? When I could reveal like a Bright Glass Gear Hulk or something, put them to 1 and then ping them. Duskmourn's Claim. Big respect sleeving up the Duskmourn's Claim here with the Rise of Sozin. That seems pretty good. Definitely take some wins that way. I got to assume they're going to go for the Rise of Sozin. Virtue of Persistence. Okay, for a little extra life gain. Must have some other form of removal for the Greenblade here. Push. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is on. Okay, that's nice. But then they're at 7. I'm looking at getting this Arc of Hunger going. I feel like they might have a hard time against it. With the Outcaster Greenblade, oh, that's scary. I mean, I do have the Erode. So we're feeling kind of okay. What do we reveal? They reveal a Deadly Cover-Up and I reveal a Festering Gulch. No. Well, I gotta try to gain some life here, I think. Let's get the Arc online. Activate the Arc. Hit an Esper Origins. Huh. I would love to cast this because I get to kind of do everything, but I think I have to kill the Outcaster Greenblade, right? Nah. Let's cast the Esper Origins. It'll come in as a 4/4 that I can block with. I don't think we need the Seam Rip. We'll mill over another Esper Origins. I could just die for this choice. Oh, but I hit a Conduit Pylons, which means I get to play this Ghost Vacuum. Skip on a Plains. I think that's kind of a big deal. Guarantees that I get an extra life at least, and maybe stops them from doing push-pull stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm planning on chumping the Greenblade here if I can. I only see board wipes. This is what standard could be. This is the standard they're denying you by printing stuff like Badgermole Cub, Slickshot Show Off, and Storm Chaser's Talent. We could see Arc of Hunger and Duskmourn's Claim mirrors across the board. Swings in for 6. Gonna go ahead and block. I simply cannot afford to take 6. Free Strider Lookout. Cool. They could just chunk me for like 1,000,000 with the Duskmourn's Claim. With the Soured Spring. Could put me to 8 and kill me with a push-pull off the top. Although, I'm going to gain a life with my Ghost Vacuum. So they need to do 11 total this turn to kill me. Moving to the end step. With this on the stack, I'm going to go ahead and Ghost Vacuum myself. See if I manage to chunk them with their own claim. I feel like that would be a quick GG for me here. I get them for 3. That's huge. But they have some effect in my upkeep. Cease. Okay. Exiling the Esper Origins and the Free Strider Lookout. I'm going to respond to this Cease by exiling my Free Strider Lookout. And that is going to drain them for 1 right off the bat. I might as well activate the Arc of Hunger here too, actually, if I like just hit an instant. Oh, we mill into another Arc. Okay. So they're going to gain 2. But they're going to lose another one off the Arc. And then I have another Arc to play. With a land. How can I kill them here? Like guaranteed. I could go Free Strider Lookout plus land. Worst comes to worst. I'm going to go for the Arc here. Oh, I'm playing the Arc off the Arc. Right. So that'll deal 1. Activate new Arc. It's a skateboard. I guess it's probably just best to play the skateboard. Just go for the skateboard. Does that do it? Okay, that does it. Okay. Woo! Play the skateboard, huh? What a weird match. What a weird game. What's good here? Probably Disdainful Stroke. Maybe Inevitable Defeat. At a certain point, this could just evolve into them, like, casting their big stuff, right? At which point, Inevitable Defeat's quite good. Let's go off the Seam Rip. Let's go off the Hard Light Containment. I think I like pretty much everything else here. Maybe we don't want the Day of Judgments and just rely on the single target removal. Down to Gear Hulk. Down a land. Down a Ghost Vacuum. Skateboard should be good, I think. Maybe just 3 erodes? 3 erodes for Inevitable Defeat? I might regret boarding like this. I don't know. Let's try it. I could bring in the Flash Freeze. They're not that green. They're not that green. They're not that green. Curious to see how they'll board. See if they'll expect the 5-color transition here. We're fully in 5-color mode. Fully in 5-color mode. The gears have shifted. 4 defeats, 3 disdainful stroke. 3 or 4? I don't remember. Anyone going to F&M today? Anyone going to pre-releases today? How's your Magic life been? Anyone out there? Feel free to chime in. Does this inspire you to want to sleeve up a deserts list? Let me know. Hopping into game 2. This looks okay. I mean, it's slow, but so is this matchup, right? I think I'd rather just keep full cards. There's a Festering Gulch. Good draw. Lead on the Heath. Interesting seeing the starting town here. Restless Cottage. Get him with the fungus. Go for it. Duskmourn's Claim. Free Strider Lookout. Okay. All right. Do I kill the lookout now? No, I guess I just pass. I'm gonna Esper Origins just to help guarantee I hit my land drops, I guess. I guess Greenblade is land drops, right? Do one of these. Greenblade is land drops. Although them having the lookout on the field is pretty scary. Not gonna lie. Opening up their mana like crazy. No, don't. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. The acceleration. I guess I'm just gonna go for green blades. Might as well send a message here. Hit them for 1. Get the green blades going. Make sure we're hitting our land drops. We need a red source. Red-white means we can cast a Gear Hulk if we draw it too. Pass it back. Our best draw is probably just like a ping desert, just to be able to like go look out into, do a crime, and then on their upkeep erode something. Just to sort of help us get back up to their level of ramp here. They're turning on the Restless Cottage. Earthbending it. Okay, I mean, I am just going to block and kill this. And I don't actually have anything in my graveyard for them to commit crimes with. Kind of feels like maybe a bit of a flub. Sorry if you're watching this in retrospect, El Gato. Maybe a little bit of a flub there. I don't really know what you're cooking up. I'll go with another green blade. Committing to the board a little hard here, but I just got to hit my land drops. Maybe I do a Conduit Pylons just to try to hit my next land drop as well. I could also hold up Insidious Fungus here. Swing in for 6. I gave them something in my graveyard to exile. This could be a moment for them to play Rise of Sozin. Vicious Rivalry. Okay. We're going in. Destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value extra less. Ooh, that's a really good card against me. Interesting. It's almost like they foresaw me including Arc of Hunger in the list. Yeah, seems good. Vicious Rivalry. Curious to see how many they're playing here. 3 mana available. Has another lookout. I have 3 arcs in hand, huh? Well, let's just go for it. Try to hit our land drops here. Mill into an Esper Origins. Can't complain about that too much, although I think I definitely tapped wrong here. They have a Disruptive Stormbrood. Seems good. Maybe I shouldn't have cut my board wipes in retrospect. They're just going to be boards like this, right? By the nature of them being on lookouts and green blades. I wonder why Auto Tapper left the Lush Oasis here. Oh no, I guess I needed to tap like that, huh? Okay, we draw a crime land, so I can get my lookout going. Oh, I tapped like a dingus again, though. I don't think it'll matter too much, but I did tap like a dingus. I definitely could have just left up double white for both of these erodes in hand. Pass it back. Fires up the Restless Cottage, Natty. Fires up double cottage, Natty. Or are we going Bossing Say here? Double cottage. Alright, I'm gonna erode one of them. Let's just search up a basic here. And then if you want to trade free starter lookouts, I think I'm okay with that. I'm definitely doing good mana stuff here now. I'm just falling behind a bit as far as life goes. I definitely wish I had double white just to be able to erode both of the cottages. That was kind of my fault. Not really auto tappers. I should have been a little more aware of that. Does crime, exiles my Esper Origins. Let's just go ahead and kill off. Actually, I should probably kill off the Stormbrood. Because my Gearholt can block the lookout as well, right? If it comes to that. With the Restless Reef, double erode in hand, though, is kind of huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Gearhulk. Play an Insidious Fungus and hold up to erode? Or do I go for the Arc here and try to start getting life back? I think I like the Gearhulk route because it blocks so well. I could also put a Ghost Vacuum onto the field. Skateboard. Let's go Fungus, Ghost Vacuum. We'll play a Fungus. We'll hold up double erode here. And now I'm kind of getting close to like restabilizing with the Arc of Hungers. Maybe. We'll see. Game 2. So we do have a game 3 if I don't win this. And I'll get to be on the play. Fires up a Restless Cottage. Fires up a Restless Reef. Okay. I'm kind of doing okay, though, if they don't have any removal. Does crime with the Free Strider lookout. Soured Springs down to 3. I guess I just let them attack here if they want to, right? Because I have the Bright Glass Gearhulk. And this will tap their mana. Milling themselves? Question mark? Okay, yep. Because they have the push-pull, right? Mills over some good stuff. Let's go for erode the cottage. And then save the extra erode, do a block with the Gearhulk, and then block sack. I think I'm okay with this. I'll stay at 3 here. Start regaining some life with the Arc, perhaps. We hit a land to put into play. That's actually kind of relevant because that's going to let me go Arc, and Ghost Vacuum. Gear Hulk does a block. Lines up super nicely against their man lands. Okay. Let's not let Auto Tapper destroy me this time. Red, white, like that. Makes sense to me. Play Arc number 1. Start firing it up. Hit a Gear Hulk off of it. Okay. I'll just go for that. I'll go for that, and I'll play another Ghost Vacuum. Or I'll play the first Ghost Vacuum here. I am out of Ghost Vacuums, but I have double Insidious Fungus. I have a Skateboard. Skateboard could be good eventually. Let's take that as an option for the future. Play a Ghost Vacuum. I guess I start hitting them, right? Oh, I have a forest I can play. Okay, I might as well get the fungus on the field. Well, if they wipe the board, then I don't get anything off the fungus, and that's a little sad. I definitely could have held up a road again. I didn't even think about the basic forest I had in play, or in hand to play. What? Actually, no. Okay. Actually, I could not have held up the erode because I played a Gear Hulk and Arc of Hunger. Okay. So I'm absolved of that sin. Let's just get a fungus online to block with. Better to play around them like having single target removal than a board wipe here, I think. I think see what they have. Arc of Hunger. Not a whole lot of, like, answers to this, really, that people play. Maybe if they have Maelstrom Pulse in their deck. I mean, we saw the Storm Brood, which seems like a great answer for sure. Cease Desist also would absolutely ranch my board. Vicious Rivalry for 4. Okay, I mean, it's really good. Go ahead and exile something from my graveyard. Gain a life. And they have the Bossing Say in play. Yeah, the Bossing Say is pretty scary. Definitely the scariest thing in this game right now. Now that everything else is dying. I do have another Arc and a Skateboard in hand if I draw like a Lookout or a... Sorry, if I draw a Green Blade, that'll just be a lethal play probably. Activates the Bossing Say. On a Lush Oasis, which is kind of relevant, like, oh, we draw an Esper Origins. If the Oasis dies, it'll ping me again, which is not nothing. I'm gonna lead on my Arc here. And I have enough mana to double Esper Origins. Oh, I mill over an Esper Origins? Yo. Cast it off the Arc. Revealing a Green Blade. So if I Green Blade and grab a Conduit Pylons, I have enough mana to Skateboard for lethal? No way. That hit off the Esper Motto was kind of crazy. Let's see if this is it. I'm gonna go for it. GG's. GG's. Oh, that was kind of a crazy ending. A little preordained, perhaps. I mean, I was like, yeah, if that lines up, that should be pretty good. GG. No one expects the 12-12 haste from the Naya Deserts list. All right. 2-0 so far. Appreciate the games, El Gato. Appreciate ya. Good luck with the rest. Appreciate ya. Let's go ahead and see if any other updates are in. Looks like we have Large Fish taking a devastating 2-0 off of Turd Gobbler. The TMNT finisher, hell yeah. A skateboard is a little underrated, I feel like. I've seen some Gear Hulk lists recently running the Lava Spur boots again. But I kind of feel like skateboard is better. I don't know. I don't know. Just being able to like tap down a blocker, I feel like is such a big deal over the Ward 1, right? Could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe Ward 1 is just enough of a pain in the ass. Looks like we got Large Fish with the 2-0. GG's Elgato. They were good games. I mean, they definitely could have gone one way or the other. Better than Boots IMO? Yeah, I think so. I think so. The only argument that I could really come up with as to why they wouldn't be better than Boots is as follows, and it's that generally speaking, I think like both of those cards aren't that good against other creature decks, really. And so you only really want it in your deck against in matchups where the haste really matters, like against like the 4-color control lists, right? And at that point, the Ward 1 might be a little more relevant than being able to tap a permanent upon ETB, but Jay Sather says, I guess you can play both with Gear Hulk and grab the one that matters. Yeah, I don't think there's ever really a reason to play both. Like when I was playing that Bright Glass Deserts list way back when with the skateboard, right when TMNT dropped, for the most part, I was cutting skateboard from the list against like the really, like, you don't want it against aggro. You don't. It's just kind of a dead card against like the aggro decks because you need as much like defensive play as you can get. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a skateboard believer, but I have seen occasionally the Lava Spur boots pop up. So curious to know if we see any like challenge results with either of them. I haven't really been paying attention that closely, so if anyone has any info, I have a moment in here in between matches. If anyone else wants to send me a deck list like Jay Sather does, anyone wants me to take a look at anything, we have any cool topics of discussion while we wait for the next matches to finish. They're cruising along pretty quickly. So I was originally thinking I might just like play some casual games in between, but as for now, maybe it just makes sense to wait like 10 minutes and these matches might be done here pretty soon. Zac Efron got the 2-0. Okay, one more match we're waiting on here. RIP in peace, Nacho. I gotta see your list, dude. You gotta send it over when you get a chance, okay? I want to see the heights you were aspiring to. Looks like we maybe have results coming in for Fancy Turtle Man here. Okay. All right. Nice. Good timing, everyone. We're getting through this real smooth. That's a 2-1 for Fancy Turtle Man, aka Drazy, over Terra Tumulta. Round 3. Go ahead and post that to the Discord here. We have the Eric against Large Fish, Fancy Turtle Man against Turd Gobbler, Zac Efron against Elgato, and Terra Tumulta against Nacho. Good luck, have fun. When this round is over, we'll cut to top 4. The players with the best standings at that point will play into, just single elimination best of 3, decide the winner. All the marbles here. We have Nacho's list coming in here. Jay Sather says, I wanted the 1-mana sword from Tarkir to be a thing with Gear Hulk. Dragonfire Blade? Yeah. I thought that was a pretty sweet idea, but turns out equipments are just, like, not the best ever, right? Playing against Large Fish, who is... Large Fish, are we friends, buddy? Are we friends? I'm excited to see your list. Okay, you posted it in the chat, but I'm not going to look at it yet. But go ahead and send me a friend request if you haven't yet. I sent you a PM with my account info. You sent a request, huh? Ooh. All right, I just doxed myself a little bit. That's okay. You know, if anyone watching this wants to add me, whatever. Please don't, but you can, I guess, if I can't really stop you. It might not be visible, says Large Fish. Why don't you PM me your tag, and I'll send you a request. And I won't dox anyone in the process. Jay Sather says, back in my day, Stoneforge was a thing. Okay, so there are certain contexts in which equipment are playable, and that's when you're cheating them into play and doing busted stuff with them, right? Batterskull, the 7-mana one that saw a little bit of play in Modern with Stoneforge, Sigarda's Aid plus Hammer, right? Outside of that, Corey Steelcutter, these are all cards that have to kind of do things other than just like, I exist to be equipped onto a creature. So I don't know. I would like it to work. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's a 1-mana equipment, right? That theoretically, we're talking about Dragonfire Blade for those out of the know, that you can equip to a Bright Glass Gear Hulk for 2 mana, which is not bad. It gives +2/+2 and protection from monocolor, is that right? Or multicolor? I don't exactly remember. Hexproof for protection. It seems okay. It's a pretty, like, decent stat buff. But I don't know. Okay, hopping into match number 3 here against Large Fish. Excited for this one. I didn't see your deck list, but I saw that you shared it in the Discord as mono red 5-color deserts, whatever that means. So I'm excited to see what that is. Mono red 5-color deserts. There's the Jagged Barrens. It begins. Ooh, okay, that was a good draw for me. Let's just do this back and forth for a little while. Hit you with the Ghost Vacuum, kind of a classic. All of my decks as of late have Ghost Vacuums. Okay. Burnout Bastronaut. But can you deal with the Bright Glass Green, or the Outcaster Green Blade? Let's grab a red-white source. Pass it back. The speed is accruing at a rapid rate. Large Fish cooking something up over here. 2-0 so far. So it must be doing something. Hazard. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay. Can't attack unless you have speed. That's pretty scary. I'm gonna go for the lookout here. And then I'm threatening like a pretty big attack here pretty soon. Hit you with the backwoods. This is sort of a good play draw difference for me, in my favor. And they miss a land drop, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping they draw a land here. They do draw a land. Okay, huge. Burst lightning to the dome. Turns on speed. Can now swing in. I guess I take it. I mean, it'd be crazy if they like gave Hazoret double strike somehow in that moment, right? Hired Claw. Oh, it's over. I think it's over unless they have like a bounce off here. Free Strider Lookout does crimes. Lush Oasis on top. I think that's fine. Although I guess I'm about to play this guy. Trying to think if this could go wrong in any way. Play a Green Blade. I actually don't think there's anything they can do here, even if they have a bounce off. Because I'm gonna do the skateboard, right? And it's gonna tap the Hired Claw. Face the awesome power of Outcaster Green Blade. R.I.P. in peace. R.I.P. in peace. I'm sorry I had to go this way. Sorry I had to go this way with the skateboard. Burst lightning to the dome. Let me unmute you so I can hit you with the good game. Hit you with the good game. And it's not facetious or sarcastic in any way. GG. This might be a tough one, depending on what their draws look like and what my draws look like. I think I'm going to bring these in. Seems pretty good against Hazoret. These seem fine, but I'm a little more interested in the Pyroclasms. Let's cut all of the Ghost Vacuums, I think. Cut a couple Arcs. Do I want these? Maybe. They're mono red. Maybe. Huh. Could be good. Custom Fungi. I think kind of a classically bad card in this matchup. And I think I also cut the Hard Light Containment, because I pretty much just cut all of my artifacts here. Try something like this. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I think Inevitable Defeat's going to be pretty good. Hopefully. We'll see. On the draw this time, I mean, that's going to make a pretty big difference. This hand's okay. Hand's okay. It has potential. That's a good draw. I think I'm going to shoot for this on turn 3. Followed by hopefully doing something like this, or if I draw another ping land, that'd be good. Maybe I should have let on a green source to be able to play the fungus. Draw this, which is not perfect. Eventually could be good. I could just get steamrolled here. Howl Squad Heavy would be kind of nasty. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and erode that. It'll give him a land, which I don't love, but I don't think I want to start having to fight against a horde of goblins here. Hits me for 1. Oh, that's a good draw. Okay. I could go one of 2 ways. I could just play this Lookout. It might just die, though, right? It might just be better to play the fungus, activate it, put the Heath in play, and then I can play a Gear Hulk next turn. I think that seems pretty good. Whew. Focus up. Focus up. Let's not die here. They're definitely going to turn on speed. The speed is on. Engines have been started. Razor Kid Needlehead. Okay. Let's go for the fungus. Put a Heath into play. Ping him. Hazaret. Terrifying. Draw. Okay. It's not bad. I guess I just go for this because this is terrifying. I'm going to wait until their turn, I suppose. So if they have another one in hand, they don't get to do a big hasty on me. Let them attack. See if they have any effects here. Gear Hulk. Jay Sather says Gear Hulk into the best card in the deck, Skateboard. At some point, maybe. Did I leave it in? I might have left it in. I should probably have cut it though. Oh, Magma Blood Archaic. Enters with a 1/1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. Nice. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get 1/0 for each color of mana spent to cast that spell. Holy shit. I do need to kill that. I do need to kill that. Let's go for big green blade here, I guess. Get a red-white source. And go for an erode. Yeah, I don't want them to have a huge crazy anthem effect here. Swing it on in. Block the Needlehead. Witch Stalker Frenzy. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's very good. Count on Luck. That's scary at this point. Okay, well, they're hellbent. I need to hit a Pyroclasm, basically. I could go Gear Hulk into Seam Rip, and that's not that bad. Seam Rip the Bastronaut here. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I got here, right? Just cross my fingers that they don't have everything lined up. I do have the Skateboard in the deck for some reason. Let's grab the Fungus to eventually deal with the Count on Luck, I suppose. Oh, they mill into they get a Hazaret. No. No. Ah. Good game. Good game. I think that'll do it. GG. GG. All right. Well, for all the marbles here, no, not really, not quite yet. We have a little more info. Maybe we don't want the flash freezes. They're very low on the mana curve. I think maybe we just want Day of Judgments. And then let's skip on the Skateboard. Let's keep one Ghost Vacuum in. Can be pretty good late game. Maybe we do want the arcs if we're on like this Day of Judgment plan. Maybe we just skip the funguses entirely. Or just go down to like one fungus. We could bring in Get Lost if Count on Luck is their main plan. I kind of wish I had a second Seam Rip somewhere in here. Maybe we bring in the other Hard Light Containment. It hits Hazaret, which is kind of the important thing. We need to stay alive long enough to where the haste from Hazaret can't just outright kill me, you know? Which is going to be kind of a tough ask. That's why I like the inevitable defeats, because it's an instant speed answer. In the situation where I might not otherwise have that. I guess let's skip on the funguses completely here. They're really a card that's like better against slower decks, generally. Could be good, could be bad. Really depends on what I draw. I guess I'll keep it. It's a little risky-bisky. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan just to try to find like a Pyroclasm. Okay, large fish moles to 6. Lead on a backwoods. Mountain hard claw. Yeah. Oh, okay. We draw out Esper Origins. That's pretty huge. Skip on this. Do I want to skip on it entirely though? Maybe not. I guess it's a pretty good draw. Hexing Squelcher. Scary, terrifying. Get a Gulch here. Go for the Ghost Vacuum. Pass it back. I knew someone was gonna play red aggro. Oh, I knew it in my heart. I knew it. I guess I have to kill this. Although, are they stuck on 2 lands? Maybe I just ignore this and don't accelerate them? Oh no, they have another one. Damn. Okay. Magma Blood Archaic. It's a 2/2. No, it's a 3/3. Because it's a base 2/2? I guess I gotta kill it. I don't love the ward cost, if I'm being real with you. I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna get this going first, because it's just gonna be a bigger blocker. Grab, I have red, white, black, white, green, green. I need a white source to cast a Gear Hulk here. So let's grab the Abraded Bluffs. Double white for Day of Judgment. Pass it back. Folks, I don't know. I don't know. Let's BM them for a little bit. Try to throw them off. Hit them with the sad ghost. No rest, no mercy, no matter what. What you got? Okay. Swinging in. Definitely, they definitely have a Witch Stalker Frenzy. Yeah, block the Hired Claw. Actually, I guess I blocked the Squelcher. A Braid. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this trade, actually. The Squelcher's kind of a pain in the ass long term. Okay. We're kind of stabilizing here. I'm going to start exiling stuff out of my graveyard. I want to leave stuff in theirs for crimes. Hit my Green Blade. That's a good draw. I think I just go for the Esper Origins here. Or I could get the Lookout on the field. Esper Origins gains me a bit of life, though, which is not irrelevant. I'm going to go for the Lookout. It just, like, opening up my mana this way, I think is going to be pretty good long term. Oh, just kidding. Jay Sather says, looks like you took the wrong deserts list to the RC. Well, to be fair, I built this one with the deserts meta in mind. And also, also Badger Mole Cub, Storm Chaser's Talent, and Slickshot Show Off our band. Down to 8. I'm gonna do crime here. Hit a land. Do I block? Do I have to give up the Lookout here? No. I've got Iron Will. We take it. Go down to 5. What you got? Needlehead. Okay. In my upkeep here, I guess maybe I don't care about the Needlehead. But I do have to kill this at some point. No, I really care about the Hired Claw. I guess I don't care about the Needlehead that much. I guess I go for a Ghost Vacuum activation here on the Squelcher to do crime. And then hold up the inevitable defeat here. Pass it back. Don't let them attack with the Hired Claw, but let's save the inevitable defeat if they have a Hazaret. Owl Squad Heavy. I can beat that. Moving into combat. Okay, defeat the Hired Claw. Whew. It's a good one. It's a good one. Do crimes. And they have a lightning strike for my lookout. Okay. So they're going to be able to get 3 damage in here with the Needlehead. Plus a goblin. This is a tight game. Go down to 4 and then down to 3 after I draw. Draw a ping land. I guess I have to cast this Esper Origins. I wish I could Gear Hulk and Origins and Seam Rip, but I'm going to start with this. Green, green. Okay, auto tap didn't absolutely range me there. I guess I'll take another Gear Hulk. This seems okay. See if it's any good. Really depends on what they draw here. All right, ball's in your court. What you got, large fish? I mean, they could just top deck like a Burst Lightning here. Thinking. Okay. Thinking. Ah. I feel like if they had the Burst Lightning, they'd just rip it. Lightning Strike, I think, also does it. Any kind of burn. Moving into combat. Has to swing with a 1/1 Goblin. Under Nacho says, Largefish obliterated me first game, good meta call. Yeah, I agree. I'm not surprised to see someone doing this. I guess maybe I block. Yeah, I think I block like this. Not surprised to see someone doing this. It does seem pretty like you could really catch someone off guard in this meta. I'm at 3. What you got? Passing the turn. Passing the turn. They're just hoping that I don't have an extra point of damage here. Play the Arc of Hunger. And that ought to do it. Good game. Okay, good game. Good game, good game. Good game. GG. That was definitely the scariest one. Great list, great list. Mono red, huh? Mono red. I wonder if anyone ended up doing mono green. The archaic card seemed like a pretty cool include for that because you get to grow it theoretically to be pretty large and otherwise be mono red. I like the list. Yeah, I think you took a good route for the challenge. It was obviously very close. You could have won the match had you just top decked well at the end there. GG. Ooh. Okay. Let me check in with the Discord, see if any results are pouring in here. Looks like we have Nacho took a 2-0 off of El Gato. Sorry, off of Terra Tumulta. Nice going, Nacho. GG's Terra Tumulta. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for participating. I know you were busy. Appreciate you taking the time out. Turd Gobbler with the 2-0 over Fancy Turtle Man. With the 2-0 here. Woo. Nice going, TG. Eric with the 2-1. And then Zac Efron and El Gato. How's that coming along? Looks like we are waiting on one more match. Okay, nice. Couple of good matches so far. Nice, nice, nice. Fun stuff. Thank you, everyone, for coming out for this. We have 2 more rounds to play. Everyone that is in the top 4, we'll break down into a top 4 single elimination. Play for all the marbles here. Once again, prizes on the line. I'm not going to speak for anyone else. There were some people offered up like a Steam gift card and maybe I don't remember exactly what else was offered. I'm not going to hold anyone like to like that necessarily. But if you feel like you want to offer up that prize, I don't remember who specifically or what it was, but I know that I'm offering up a playset of Free Strider lookouts and some conduit pylons and a sand step verge. Some fun desert stuff. Also, my nails are painted red right now. Shout out to my wife. Appreciate you. I will sign them for you for the winner or second place if I happen to win. If you would like, that could be fun. Otherwise, if you just want the cards, I'm happy to just send them unsigned as well. Not a problem for me. Under Nacho says, check my list, Eric. Feedback, smiley face. Check my list, Eric. Feedback, smiley face. Let's get into it. Where'd you post? Where'd you post? Sultai Ramp. Here we are. Okay, what are we rocking? Delian Fell, love it. Lookout, love it. Goldvein Hydra is a one of. Llanowar Elves, Greenblade, Haunt Woods, Tyrant, Vaultborn Tyrant, Vein Ripper, 2 Shared Roots, 3 Archdruid's Charm. Okay, so at first glance, Archdruid's Charm, right? Let's dig into the mana base a little bit here to see if we can really support that. With the full Soured Springs, I'm a little nervous about this Archdruid's Charm, Nacho. I'm a little nervous about this, my friend. I know there's only 2, and eventually you'll have triple green, but not being able to cast stuff on curve, I think it's pretty tough sometimes. It does ramp, searches for a land, puts it into play. That's pretty nice. But the triple green I feel like is a little scary. I feel like I would move away from that. Esper Origins is actually kind of interesting as a ramp card because sometimes you do just, it survives and you get the double green. So I feel like maybe you want to just go on 4 Esper Origins. It's naturally pretty good in this archetype anyway. Mana base hasn't been an issue. Okay. 26 lands. I mean, that is quite a high mana count. Yeah, I understand that like you don't need to cast Archdruid's Charm on like turn 3, right? It's just triple green is kind of scary. I kind of feel like for me what you're missing is like a busted angle to this almost, where what if you just like reanimated Vaultborn Hydra, you know what I mean? Like and then you got to play a pretty good fair game otherwise. Llanowar Elves is decent in deserts, I think. We have like pretty strong 3-drops in the form of Greenblade and Lookout. I feel like that tends to play pretty well. I I personally am not like a huge Overlord of the Hauntwoods guy. It's got its place. Like if you get to 5 mana, it helps you get to 7 for Vaultborn Tyrant, right? So that's pretty good. My worry here, outside of this outside of this tournament specifically, my worry here is that this list looks like it's a little susceptible to like the 4-color control lists. Just by the nature of like having these kind of like big top end threats that aren't very good at getting under what your control opponent's doing. Otherwise, it looks like it should survive pretty nicely into everything else for the most part. A good mix of like interaction, board wipes in the sideboard, right? Is this going to be better than my Sultai Deserts list? I don't know. The thing I like about my Sultai Deserts list is that it doesn't need these big flashy plays to be good. I play like a 1 of Bonnie. I play Deadly Cover-Ups in the main, but I also have just good cheap interaction across the board. I'm in on the Esper Origins plan, which is very consistent, I think. 2 shared roots. Yeah, you're doing a little bit of ramping. The thing about Deserts as like a support piece for ramp too is I feel like you need more ways to turn on your Free Strider Lookout to really pay that off as the ramp strategy, right? And currently you're not playing any Ghost Vacuums in the main. You do have the Ping Deserts, obviously, but I feel like Ghost Vacuum is a little bit slept on and maybe has a place in this list as well. Just like sometimes you might mill over your Vaultborn Tyrant or Vein Ripper, and they seem like pretty good Ghost Vacuum targets. Yeah, it looks good. I think my only complaints are like, I probably wouldn't play the Archdruid's Charm. I don't know about the Goldvein Hydra either. Goldvein Hydra is kind of iffy. It's really good in those like Bright Glass Gear Hulk lists right now because you can tutor it and you have a lot of ramp off of your Badgermole Cubs to pay it off. So outside of that, it's not like the best card in the world. It's prone to just like, you get bounced sometimes or it dies to Seam Rip. But fun. Have you been playing it on the ladder at all? Have you been messing around with it on the ladder? Jay Sather says US up 2-0 in the World Cup, if anyone cares. Nice. Let's go. Who are we playing against? Jay Sather. El Gato with the 2-0. Okay. El Gato with the 2-0. Looks like we have all of the results posted in here. Let me get the final bracket made up. 1 second. No docs, please. Playing against the Aussies. Oh. Okay. Let's get a second set of eyes on this, just for everyone. Just so we're all clear. It looks like I got 2-1 on Large Fish, 2-0 for Turd Gobbler, El Gato with the 2-0, and Nacho with the 2-0. It looks like it's going to be me, Turd Gobbler. Turd Gobbler's 2-1. El Gato is 2-1. Yes. And a wild card based on tiebreakers here in the end of the group stage here. So, cutting into the final stage here. Let's see how it plays out. Looks like it's me with a rematch against El Gato and Large Fish against Turd Gobbler. Large Fish making it in as well. Looks like it is the 3 2-1s and a 2 and a 3-0 undefeated guy here. I'm a little sad that I'm not paired up against Turd Gobbler here. It would be fun to see his list, but maybe I'll see you in the finals, Turd Gobbler. As for now, let's get into it. For all the marbles, the rematch against Elgato. Let's see what you got. Good luck. Have fun. Appreciate everyone else that came out to play. Very much appreciate it. Hope you had fun. Hope you had a good time. Tournament match. Jay Sather says, wait, the Deserts guy is the top seed in the Deserts tourney? Hey, what can I say? Been throwing sand at my opponents for a long time now. Been throwing sand at my opponents. And I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest, but I knew the games were going to be grindy, so I kind of got greedy with my build and just like leaned into cards that are good in grindy games, you know? Pretty good opener here. This is the trying to remember what Elgato's list was. Is this the Duskmourn's claim list? Oh no, yeah, I think so, right? It's the Duskmourn's claim list. Okay. It really could go either way. I mean, that card's a bit of a lucky ducky sort of guy. Under Nacho says, not gonna lie, very fun playing in a custom meta. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this as well. Appreciate everyone coming out for this. Hope you guys like watching. You know, there are some stakes, but it's very casual and fun, and maybe we'll do it again in the future sometime. I haven't really felt like it's been too big of a burden running this, so if people are interested, maybe we'll host something again. Grabbing a Braided Bluffs here. I don't know what the next theme would be. Maybe Popper. I don't know. Arena Popper. I feel like that's always fun. Cease Desist on themselves to cycle. Makes sense. Doesn't miss a land drop. Has a Conduit Pylons. Duskmourn's Claim. Okay. They get me for 7, but I hit another Outcaster Greenblade, which could put a pretty big clock on my opponent here. I'm just going to jam that. Try to go Beats mode. Jay Sather says, this is the type of fun I have in planar, just so much more fun playing in a meta that isn't 50% to 70% the same decks and you lose almost immediately. Yeah, that is kind of the nature of Standard right now. It is kind of crazy that we just accept that Standard has matchups where you can just die on turn 3 and it's just like, okay, what can you do? Yeah. Desert's presenting a pretty fast clock here, though. Turn 5, it's not nothing. If my opponent can find some interaction. Hits me with the claim again. Down to 9. Okay. Go for the lookout. Hold up this erode. Try to do pings. Hope it's good enough. Surely they have some way to remove this Outcaster Greenblade. But I'm going to try to put them to 3. No. Elgato. Oh. R.I.P. in peace. R.I.P. in peace. Okay. Well, we got game 1. Hate to see it go down like that, to be honest. Let's cut the Day of Judgments. Let's cut the Seam Rip. Seems really bad here. Cut the Hard Light Containment. I think I just want the Disdainful Strokes and the Get Losts, perhaps. Try it like that. Yeah, you really hate to see it go down like that. R.I.P. in peace. On to game 2. Just get beat down by the Greenblades, I guess. The problem with I think the problem with this strategy in particular that Elgato is doing. It's a strategy that's very reliant on board wipes, but is not in the best color for the board wipes. Like, it's in the second best color for board wipes, but the difference between a 4-mana Day of Judgment and a 5-mana Deadly Cover-Up is a pretty big deal, I think, if you can't find your removal to, like, help you get to that 5-mana point. Like, if they just managed to stick a Rise of Sozin when I had 2 Green Blades on the field, I don't know. Am I coming back from that? I don't know. Drawn to an Insidious Fungus, that's not bad. Not great, but I will play it. It's something to do. Start pressuring their life total while they hang out here. I gotta say, big respect to showing up with Duskmourn's Claim, though, aka Parker Luck. See if it pays off this time around. Pings me for 6. Okay. Gives me a land, though. I guess we'll get a Green Blade going. I don't feel like I need to attack the claim, but maybe I should. Let's grab a white source. Have double white in the future. Should I fear the claim? I don't know. Horned Lockwhale is a great ad for this list. That's some tech that I have not seen. Makes a lot of sense to me. Pings me for 0, but I get a Disdainful Stroke and ping them. All right, let's get the Lookout going. Kind of pretty much the same as last game. Munella 1, you're here. I was starting to wonder if you'd ever show up. Thanks for stopping by. Horned Lockwhale on the Green Blade. I'll leave it on top. Seems pretty good. Munella 1, you are kind of just in time for the finale. Well, if I win, I don't know. It's been very convenient, the fact that I've been in all of the matches so far, or, you know, I made it to the quarterfinals here, the semifinals. So I don't have to worry about trying to, like, spectate someone else. Be very convenient to be in the finals. As much as I, you know, want to see other people have success and win, I also don't mind, you know, putting up a good fight here. So this is the semifinals. If I win this, I'll be in the finals against whoever wins in Turd Gobbler versus Large Fish, right? Oh, we draw a skateboard. We draw a skateboard, huh? Munella 1 says, gotta rebuild the 20-0 win streak against unsuspecting viewers. They're suspecting. They knew what they were in for. Let's go for the Green Blade with a little hasty. Rabbit Abraded Bluffs. Do more pings. Do more pings. Is it over just like this? 1-0 from the skateboard? Oh, I think I'm putting them to 1, right? So they're just dead to a ping next turn? Pizza time. That one's for you, Jay Sather. Pizza time. Do they have some kind of Hail Mary Duskmourn's Claim play? Fires up the cottage. Oh, no. Oh, wait. They could put me to 6 and then just reveal something off the claim? They put me to 1. Oh. Oh, it was all in the hands of the Duskmourn's Claim. GG's. GG's, Elgato. Ah, man. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Okay. Turd Gobbler, how's the match going? Large Fish, how's the match going? What's the status? What's the status? Wow, that really came down to the wire. That really came down to the wire. They could have just won. They could have just won. Huh. Pretty close. Pretty close. Elgato 2-0, huh? Hmm. Oh, that was the previous match. Okay, never mind, never mind. The Eric 2-0. How's it going at Turd Gobbler at Large Fish? That was a fast one. That was lightning fast for a Deserts matchup. Lightning fast. Munella once says Parker luck over streamer luck. Or wait. Less than streamer luck. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Fun one. Okay. Waiting for one final report, and then we head into the official finals here. Elgato sharing their deck list here. Nice. Thank you. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that bad boy. This is the deck list we just played against with the one of Grievous Wound. Okay. 4 Free Strider Lookout, 4 Outcaster Greenblade Classic, 4 Armadillo. Yeah, I feel like that's a really good place to start for this strategy. There's almost a, like... I almost wonder if you need to be on, like, Deceit plus Caballero as well, right? Because you could just do, like, Spinewood's Armadillo into Caballero, makes, like, a 4/4 Reach Ward 3, which is not that bad in a lot of matchups. But then you could like also have Deceit in your list, which is another nice like flexible card, right, with a relatively high mana value. You can just like kind of get people with that sort of combination alone. Very bold, big respect, big Parker luck energy, couple Rise of Sozin, couple Virtue of Persistence. I like. The only concern I have with like Virtue of Persistence here is like this is the Deserts meta, so you know this ended up probably being pretty good in some of your matchups, but I really anticipated that everyone was just going to have really huge creatures running around, which is why I packed Day of Judgments and Erodes and just like things removal that didn't care about the size of my opponent's creatures, right? Couple deadly cover-ups, push pulls. I like it. All in on the Ceased Assist, a full 4. That's kind of interesting. I mean, it plays really nicely with Free Strider Lookout, right? And it's a crazy hit off of Parker luck, but it is a little bold, perhaps, playing a card that just might not do anything otherwise. 3 The End is interesting. 26 lands, okay. One other thing you could have considered, too, is I like to do the, really like, Overlord of the Baelmerk. Because it's something kind of proactive you can do on turn 2. It pays off your board wipes in a way. Like, you'll mill, you'll probably grab a decent creature, you can play a Parker luck and then wipe the board, and then eventually you'll unimpend the Overlord of the Baelmerk. Conduit Pylons, I like that in this idea, just being able to like have free surveils to try to set up your Parker luck. I like it. The one of Valgavoth Slayer, I'm not sure I understand that here. What's the one of Valgavoth Slayer for? Oh, just to do the Bossing Say, hexproof Bossing Say thing? Okay, hell yeah. Okay. It's been a while since we've done that. I wonder if that's still any good. Maybe against like the 4-color control lists. I like it. Fun list. Over the edge. Interesting. Yeah, I think the problem really is you just don't have enough removal to match up against like me doing. Just what if I just play like kind of a fair game, right, with card advantage, and I'm just kind of beating you down. Like if you don't draw your Outcaster Green Blades or your removal, then you can't really hang with my Outcaster Green Blades, right? GG's, appreciate you coming out. Let's see how this final matchup's going. Large Fish got the 2-0 on Turd Gobbler. Large Fish got the 2-0 heading into the finals. Update the standings here real quick. All right, running it back. Running it back. See if it was all streamer luck that I have arrived here in the finals, or if I can close out this this matchup once more. I got a 2-1 on Large Fish last time, so certainly going to be a good matchup. Jay Sather says, maybe I should throw in the 1x layer in my Jund control list for hexproof shenanigans. I think it's a really good strategy. Personally, I really like it with Bright Glass Gear Hulk because you can find it off of Bright Glass Gear Hulk. It really makes... Maybe I should sleeve up that that deck list. It's been a little while. Been a little while. Munella one says, playing the end with Parker Luck seems a bit weird, IMO. Like, wouldn't you probably die at the end of the turn after you're able to play it for the cheaper cost? Yeah, probably. Maybe their thought was like, it's possible that like I just win if I take my opponent off of all of their Outcaster Green Blades for this meta specifically, but okay, see if they get the coin flip this time. I get the coin flip. I'm gonna give it to them. This one's for you, Large Fish. Although I do have the higher seed. I just do I take the play? Yeah, okay. I kind of need the help. Let's mulligan that first hand. Gonna keep this. I guess I know what I'm up against, so I'm gonna put this back. Although it could be good eventually. Yeah, not the best hand. I'll lead on this in case I draw it in a road. This could be scary. Jay Sather asks, Eric, are you running Heroes pre-release or are you skipping it? I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna skip it. I'm kind of undecided. Ooh, that's not a bad draw. Hired Claw out the gate. Mono Red Deserts. Burnout Bastronaut. Yikes. Munella one says, wow, going first, so sweaty. Whatever, dude. Okay, we draw an untapped source, which is a pretty big deal. I feel bad, Munella, because I think I've had to play like almost every match so far. Mono Red Deserts, huh? You gotta respect it. You gotta respect the hustle. You gotta respect the hustle. Okay. Oh, here's Turd Gobbler's deck. 4 adventurers in is interesting to see. I'm looking at it in the Discord, so I'm not gonna dox anyone by dragging that over, so I'll just kind of read out the ideas that stand out to me here as I get attacked by these weenies. Anti-causal Vestige, Bucolic Ranch, Candy Trail. What is this? Hedron, 4 Hedron Archive, 4 Maze Mind Tome, 4 Poo Poo UFO. Okay, nice. Okay, I see. We got Ugins in here. Yeah, 4 Ugins. It's basically colorless deserts. No, no. Basically colorless deserts. That's awesome. That's awesome. Very bold. Well, I have forest here, I guess. Oh, I don't have white mana. I just realized I don't have white mana. Let's get the Esper Origins going. Hit the green blade. Try to get some white mana going. Pass. I mean, am I just dead to the Magma Blood Archaic? Is this just gonna kill me? Is this just gonna absolutely murder me? Because it doesn't say you have to cast a multicolored spell. You just have to use different colors of mana, right? So he could, like, burst lightning me, or lightning strike my face and give all of his creatures 2-0 at instant speed with the double striking Bastronaut. I'm gonna block. Lightning strike my face, give all of his creatures 2-0 with the double striking Bastronaut. Okay, and levels up the Bastronaut here. Am I just dead? Am I just dead? Okay, I go down to 2. I'm gonna leave the stuff in their graveyard here. Exile my Free Strider lookout, I suppose. What could I draw? I don't think that's it. No, I'm just dead to the Bastronaut. Good game. I'm just dead to the Bastronaut. Damn. Yeah, just All right. We got an uphill battle on our hands now. Bringing the Pyroclasms, bringing the inevitable defeats. We know about their Hazarets that we kind of have to be worried about here. I think last time I cut all of the Insidious Funguses, and that felt pretty good. Let's go 2 Ghost Vacuums and a Skateboard. Do I want all of the Day of Judgments? Maybe. Down a Bright Glass Gear Hulk. Got punished by my mana base a little there. Maybe something like this. Depot says, aggro on the draw win, not good. Smoked. Yeah, I got absolutely smoked. What up, Turd Gobbler? I got absolutely smoked. But let's see if I can pull out 2 wins in a row here for all the marbles. Otherwise, Large Fish, potentially our champion. With the I'm not going to say it's like against the spirit of the tournament, but it is a little bit of a fun call for Large Fish here. I respect it. Mono red deserts. There's the Hired Claw. Oh, that's interesting. Go for this, I suppose. Could be good. Could be good. No white mana currently, though. Which is kind of a big problem for ya boy. If I draw a plains or some kind of white source, my absolute best top deck right now is just like a basic plains, I think. Kind of in a dangerous spot. Hired Claw. Hazaret. Ooh. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Okay. Maybe this is my best draw. Maybe that's my best draw. Let's grab ourselves an Abraded Bluffs here. Munella 1 says 3rd arc. No. Take a plains. Okay, made the Hired Claw unblockable. Nice. Streamer luck, Munella 1. Streamer luck. You just gotta stream all of your matches and you'll understand. There's Magma Blood Archaic. It seems pretty solid. It's definitely scary. Get an Arc online, I suppose. Try to hit a, Ooh, we hit an Esper Origins. That's not bad. I think do I swing in for 6? Yeah, I'm gonna go on the aggro. I'm the aggro now. I'm just gonna try to put this one away. Because if I mill into a desert off Arc of Hunger, that ought to do it if they don't have any blocks up. There's a Needlehead. Don't abrade my Arc of Hunger, bro. What? Abrade? Giving the team 2-0. Unfortunately for me, not able to attack with Hazoret yet. Maybe I should have held back blocks. Down to 6. Braided Bluffs, draw down to 5. I think I need to, like, Esper Origins into a Seam Rip, maybe? The Archaic is really scary. Esper Origins into a Seam Rip. I think that's kind of all I got. A road, not gonna do it. This has to be Seam Rip. Like, against all odds, lucky little Seam Rip off the top. Reshutter Lookout. I guess I play the bluffs here and pass. Magma Blood Archaic. Really clutch. Very, very cool. I guess I'm not just dead, right? Am I? Levels up the Hired Claw. Oh! Gives the Hired Claw unblockable. Hits me. Plays a Burnout Bastronaut. I'm down to 4, down to 3. Add double green with the Esper motto in. I wish I had a Melt Shrider's Resolve in my deck in this moment. I could play Arc and activate it. Try to gain a little life. I wish I had the Skateboard in my deck right now. Could be okay. The problem is the double white in this exact moment. I guess I go for the Arc of Hunger. Hail Mary. Arc of Hunger, Hail Mary. At the very least, I'll gain a life, right? Inevitable Defeat off the Arc of Hunger? Wait. Inevitable Defeat off the Arc of Hunger and force blocks? Or I guess I just kill the Hazoret here? What do I target? I almost have an attack, right? But I think I have to get the Hazoret. Man, I wish I had more time to think about that one. Wow, I wish I had more time to think about that one. If I had just cleared a blocker, I would have been able to force blocks, but they kill me with the Hazoret on the backswing. I think I just have to pass here again, right? They swing out with the Bastronaut. 3 power double strike. I just die to that, right? Oh, wow. What a top deck, but it's not going to be enough. Wow. Hold back for trample. Yeah, I just die to their attack anyway, right? If I don't, yeah, they just level up the Bastronaut. Wow. That was so. I don't think I could have done anything better there. They just double block. Another Hazrat off the top. Okay. GG. Well played. Well played. Good game. Hats off to Large Fish. Hats off to Large Fish. Congratulations, Large Fish, in the chat. The winner. Well struck. I got them round one. They managed to turn it all around for all the marbles in the final match. The match that mattered. The match that mattered. Well struck. Our champion. The champion of the Desert Showdown. Playing Mono Red. Mono Red Deserts. GG's. And well played. Nice deck. Second place POV. GG's. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for stopping by. If you're not in the Discord already and you're interested in seeing the deck lists, they've been posted there, but I'll update the description of this video with those deck lists as well if you want to check back on the VOD. Ramen Up Red, it's back. That's right. That's kind of all I had planned for the stream today, so super fun. If anyone had prizes they wanted to give Large Fish, I know some people mentioned, like I said, I don't want to behold anyone. I don't want to hold anyone to like their early promises at the start of this tournament. There was some talk of people offering some prizes, but outside of that, I am definitely going to send Large Fish the prizes that I have offered up for this free fun tournament. So if you want these signed, let me know, Large Fish. Otherwise, just hit me up with your address and I'll mail these out to you if you're interested in that. If you don't want me knowing your address because I'm just some guy in the internet, I totally get that, and I will send them over to the next runner up, whoever that is, based on like tie breaks and whatnot. So that's it. That's it for me. Super fun. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. I'll be active in the Discord today, just wrapping up some loose ends. So if you have anything you want to shout out to me or anything like that, appreciate you watching. Hope you all have a beautiful night, and I'll catch you on the next stream. That's it for me. Any other last thoughts? Any other last thoughts for anyone from the chat? I thought that was super fun. I'm definitely down to run another one. If you guys want to do it at some point, come up with some ideas for what that might look like. I'm not Munello one. I'm not sending signed cards with Anthrax, but thank you for the belief that I'm capable of such a heinous act, I suppose. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye. Have a beautiful night. The Deserts League Weekly. No, I don't.